Today I'm going to show you how to practice scales coming up. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? Here in LA, it's getting really hot. Many people wants to go to beach, and I don't blame them because I feel like I want to go to beach too. But I'm gonna stay home to be safe. I want to share with you how to practice scales. I see so many students practice scales incomplete. First, I want you to think about, why do you study scales? Why do you study scales? So you can play over the chords or changes, right? So you can play freely anywhere on the fretboard. I've seen so many students practice scales just doing first position, second position, all the positions up and down. Okay, I've done this myself, and many students stop there. After they memorize each position, okay, scale study is done. But it's not, don't end there. That's what I mean by incomplete. Each scales have corresponding chords. For example, C major scale, you play over C major. Basic idea is you play A minor scale over A minor, or ADDM mode over A major sharp 11. So I'm going to recommend a couple important tips so you maximize benefit of practicing. You're studying scales, so you learn how to use notes. You can play. So what I recommend, first tip is, as soon as you learn the scale pattern, then immediately start using it. And best to improvise. For example, C major scale. Okay, for example. Even simple things like that, just start improvising. A minor scale, for example. As soon as you learn the position, don't just play, don't finish, just learn the pattern, don't finish there. Just just start improvising, start using it. And you don't have to be good to do this, because you're not going to sound amazing improvising at first. But you won't get there if you don't practice. You have to go through this step to be able to sound good or sound great. When you learn the scale, like I said, you're learning because you can, what notes you can play over the chords, over the changes, right? And then you know which notes to use. So to do that, if just going, up and down same way is very, very ineffective. Okay, so that doesn't really work that good. So first tip is immediately start using it. Well, second tip is the important part. What I recommend is use accompaniment chords. So I have A minor chord here. So you can practice, if you learn, let's say you learn this position. From very beginning, when you learn this scale, don't just go up and down, because you want to use accompaniment chords so you can hear how they sound together. And then by practicing this way, you learn which note of the scale sounds good or sounds strong, or does something to you. And that's how you also train your ear. Okay, and if you just practice just a pattern, because I've seen this especially with the flamenco guitar students. They just go scale up and down, up and down, up down, and becomes almost like sports. It's more of how fast you can play picado. You need accompaniment chord so you can hear how they sound together. Okay, so that could be Lydian, Mixolydian, altered scale, you name it. Any scale you learn, it's best to you have the chords from beginning. First, just use one chord. Like for example, I have A minor 7 here, okay? And then A minor 7, you can practice A Aeolian, A minor scale, or A Dorian, you know? So as soon as you learn it, practice with the chords. And then especially certain notes that gives that character important note to make that scale or Dorian or that character of that scale. So exaggerate those notes so when you're practicing just as a study, so that notes stick to you together with the chords. And so you can develop your ear, you can hear. So when you hear this note, oh, that's a Dorian sound, you recognize. If you hear this, that's a minor scale, and stuff like that. Stuff like that. When you practice with the chords from beginning of studying, you will develop your ear so you can hear. Like when you hear, oh, that's a minor scale. Oh, that's a Dorian. That's the important part of practicing scale, because you want to be able to play over the changes, or you can improvise. But if you cannot hear, you cannot improvise. So to be able to hear, you need to practice with the chords. Don't just go, a lot of times many students, they just practice up and down, and at a certain point they're not even listening to what notes they're playing carefully. It becomes like a picado exercise. So, for example, I have here. So this is the C major sharp 11, or C major sharp 4. You play, when you hear sharp 4, you play Lydian scale. So, okay, so as soon as you learn that position, for example, practice, even just going up and down, practice with the chords. And then immediately you start practicing, Okay? Okay, so that's how you should be practicing any scale. Okay, so what I recommend you to do is don't learn all the positions if you don't have time to practice them all. Yeah, I mean, it's great. Eventually, that's what you want to do. But it's best you take one position at a time and make sure you improvise, play with it and get really familiar with the notes. See, because a lot of students do this. I like this. They can only play right notes if they go play in order. But as soon as start playing random notes, many students lost. Right? So make sure you play with it. It's okay. Making mistake is part of it. That's also gives you the ear training, because you hear, oh, that's wrong notes, and don't play there. And so by doing that, oh, I like that, what I just played, that's interesting, you find something, and then that's all part of ear training. Don't forget, we're studying music, okay? So practicing scale, it's not Olympic. So yeah, technique is important, but that should be done in the technique exercise, okay, to get speed and stuff like that. But when you practice scale, you're studying music, you're learning how to use the notes, how to hear the notes, intervals, harmonies. So I really recommend you to practice with the accompaniment chords. If you do it all the time this way, not only you get familiar with the scales, positions, the notes, you also develop your ear. You're gonna improve 10 times faster than those people who don't. You hear that note? That makes the Lydian sound. See, when you practice the Lydian scale, it's very important to have this chord behind it so you hear that note, you know? That's E dominant 7th, and you can practice. We can do this in two ways. You can play E mixolydian or the Spanish scale, depending on what key we're in. But I'll play the Spanish scale now. Okay, for example, you can learn this position first. Okay, and then immediately improvise. Okay, and then get comfortable with this position, and then you can go to the next position. Okay, A minor 7th. For example, get comfortable with this one position, for example. Okay, and play with it in this position. Okay, and then learn next position if you have time. And then just play with it. Okay, and then you can go back and forth between two positions. Okay, that's the best way. So if you don't have time to do this all together, don't learn all the positions if you don't have time to practice them all. And I've done this myself, and I've seen my students do it. We memorize all the position without doing actually exercise. And then, a couple weeks later, we forget some of the pattern, we revisit, but then we don't do the exercise, so we forget, we keep on doing this. But That's the waste, because I've done it myself. I've wasted a lot of time doing that in years ago. Best way to study is just take one position at a time and then immediately start using it, improvise, find the accompaniment chords to that scale, so you can hear how they sound together, okay? And then move on to the next position. And then eventually you want to cover all the neck. By practicing this way, your scale patterns and notes stick to you, because your ear will memorize, your ear will learn. Studying this way, you can easily retain all the information, and not only that, you develop your ear. So it's a best way to study scales. Okay, so I hope you do that. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe my channel. Also follow me on the Instagram, and thank you very much, and see you next time. Stay safe. Bye. Today I'm going to show you how to practice scales. Today I'm going to show you how to practice scales so you can practice.